I applied for the green card lottery and won 2 times. I helped my brother, I guided him through the process, and he applied for the green card lottery and he won. After that, 4 of my friends that I personally advised on what they needed to do before application ended up winning the green card lottery. And as a result, I'm sharing all the advice that I gave them in my videos. So if you want to know how to increase your chances of winning the green card lottery, please watch all my videos, and when you apply for the green card lottery, you'll have increased your chances of being selected as a DV lottery winner. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is NAFULA, and today I'll be demonstrating how to take a passport picture for a baby or a toddler. I've been getting a lot of questions, people asking, I have an infant, I have a newborn, I have a toddler. How do I take a passport picture for the DV lottery? So today I'll be doing a demonstration on how you can take a picture of a baby so that at least anybody who's out there and is wondering what to do, they can just follow this. And if you go to a studio and maybe they don't know how to take a picture of a baby or infant, you can show them the video or you can just do a demonstration for them. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to subscribe. And if you've already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say thank you for subscribing to my channel and thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate your continued support. Today I'll be addressing how to take a picture of a toddler or a baby or an infant. But then before we get into that, I'm just going to answer a few questions that have been asked throughout my videos. So I'm just going to do a couple at the beginning of every video. First question that has been asked: can you apply the green card lottery now? And the answer is no. The green card opens in October, and when the green card opens, I'm gonna do a video and I'm gonna let everybody know that the application is open, and I'm gonna go over how to open the application so that everybody is aware to use the correct link. And like I said before, don't pay for these services. Don't pay to apply for the green card lottery. So if you're going to a link and it's asking you to pay, that's a scam. So just wait for the link, and all the links will be at the bottom of my description in all the videos. So if you want to access the correct link, you can go ahead and click the link underneath all my videos. So there's some people who've been asking questions about, they're married now, they don't want to bring their spouse along, so they want to apply and then bring their spouses later or their kids later. It's important to note that on this application you have to tell the truth. So if you apply as single and you don't include your children and your spouse and you happen to win, when you come here, you cannot claim later that you are married and you had kids. So that's it for them. So you'd rather apply, include him and the children, and then you can come here, immigrate alone, and then you can go back and get them. So if you don't include them in the application from the beginning, you can't bring them. But if you do, and then all of you win, they can choose to stay back home, and then you can go and bring them later. I got a question about the order of the date of birth on the application, because I see there's some discrepancies. Usually, like in the US, they start with the month, the day, and the year, but then in Africa, they start with the day, the month, and then the year. But then that on the application, it shouldn't matter because you are reading the questions. I'm just saying, I'm telling you what questions are on there. So when you go on the application, you just read. If it asks you the day, don't put a month there, put a day. If it's they're asking for the month, don't put a day there, put the month. So just read your questions and answer the questions like you're answering the exam. Another question that I got: should I apply in capital letters or small letters? I already addressed these questions in my previous video, but then it doesn't matter whether you apply in capital letters or small letters. The information, as long as you're providing the correct information, the letter case doesn't matter. You can use capital or you can use small letters. It doesn't matter. I got a question on my live on how I can make my videos so that people can download and share. I don't know how to do that. So what you can do, under this video, there's a thing that says share. when you click on that, it will bring you like a copy. So you can copy the link of this video, and then you can share as a message, you can share on your social media, you can send to them as an email. You just copy the link and then go and paste it, and then you can send it to them that way. People are asking, do we need a birth certificate or a passport to apply for the green card lottery? So way up to until last year, you needed a passport to apply. But then they said this year they will waive the passport requirement, so you don't need a passport to apply. So pretty much on your application, on the day you go to apply, you need a computer that's connected to the internet. You need a picture which is in digital format, and you need yourself. That's all you need. So for your birth certificate, your school documents, all the other information, marriage certificate, you will not need them unless you win. So once you win, when you go to the interview, they will need proof of all those documents with your high school and your birth certificate and all that. But for your application at this time in October, you just need a digital picture, and then you need yourself, and then you need a computer which is connected to the internet, so you can put in your application online. I got a question on, I have a degree, I have a master's, I have a PhD. What education level do I need to put on my application? Put your highest level of education. So if you have a PhD, it's higher than a master's, so you put a PhD. But then the minimum requirement is a high school education. So if you went to high school and you graduated high school, that's all you need. The education doesn't matter, because I've seen people who have PhDs not win and people with high school win. So your education doesn't matter in this application. Just put the highest level of education. I got a question asking, where should we put as a place of birth? The best place to look, I don't know about other, I can't speak for other countries, but if you are born in Kenya, if you look at your birth certificate, it says the place you were born. Like I was born in Bungoma, and it's listed clearly on my birth certificate. So if you're unsure what city you were born in, you have to look at your birth certificate and then look where you're born and Google it and see if it's a city or not. If it says city, put it in your application. If it says it's a county, a district, a province, that's not a city. So you have to select city unknown. Another question that I got, can you use your phone to apply for the green card lottery? Yes, you can use your phone. So as long as your picture is saved in the correct format and meets the requirements in your phone, like on your phone, like if the picture is saved correctly, you can go ahead and apply using your phone. The only thing to remember, save your confirmation number. So after you submit the application, with the last page usually brings the confirmation number. What you can do, you can take a screenshot, or you can send it to yourself as an email, and that requires probably you take a screenshot and send it to yourself as an email. So make sure, like after you submit the application, you are saving that confirmation number. I'm in Africa. Is my country eligible to apply? The only country in Africa that's not eligible to apply is Nigeria. So if you live in Africa, in any other country but Nigeria, you qualify, you can apply. But make sure you're watching all my videos so you know what is required before you apply. Another question is, I've been divorced, or I'm separated, or I'm single. If I apply and I win, how do I bring my children to the United States? So before the kids come here, you probably will need consent from the other parent. If you're a mother of the kids, the father has to provide consent for you to come with the kids. And if you're a man, then your wife, either ex-wife or whatever, has to provide consent. So you can't just fill it out and then take them to the embassy and sneak them out of the country. The other parent has to provide consent for the children to come here. I've been getting a lot of questions of people who have minors or little kids and they're interested in applying for the DV lottery. but then they don't know how to take a picture of a baby. I have babies myself, so I know how hard it can be to take a picture of them. My kids don't like to be on video or on camera or their picture taken. So I completely understand, and I will do a demonstration on how you can take a picture of a baby. And as you can see, I'm in my son's room here, my 4-year-old's room. He gave me permission to use his room in this video. That whatever I show, he told me it's okay for me to record in his room. With babies, they like an environment where they're familiar, to be comfortable. So if you're going to like a photo studio, you can take his favorite blanket or something like that, so that the baby can, can relate to the environment that he's used to. To take a picture for a baby, we need a baby, which we don't have. All my kids are in school and they're not babies anymore. So what I'm gonna use, we'll use a teddy bear. So I'm gonna be using this as our baby today. And then we'll have a pacifier, which he used when he was like, a baby, an infant. But we can use this just for demonstration. And for the third thing, we'll need a white or an off-white background. So I'm just gonna use a bed sheet for that. And then for the last one, you'll need a camera. You can use your phone and edit it if you're good with taking pictures, or you can use a camera, or you can go to a photo studio and they will have a camera. So this you can pretty much use just your regular bed sheet. So what I do, you just straighten it up and spread it on a flat surface. So this can be on top of your bed, it can be like on a table, anywhere. So, and then first you have to calm the baby down. So pacifier in, but when you take the picture, take it out. So we have the baby, our calm baby right there. And then we have a camera. So this camera, I don't know how to use it, so I just turn it on to just pretend that I know what I'm doing, but I don't. I record all my videos on my phone. It's easier and I don't need to think. This one, I don't know how to work the settings, so I'm just using it as a demonstration. So with the baby, because you're taking a picture of the face, the angle needs to be, important. It has to be easier for you. So you can put the baby like this and take the picture this way, or you can put the baby like this and take the picture that way, or you can put the baby like this if it's easier for you, and take the picture that way. So make sure the picture is up, like up, straight up, so they can you can take a picture of the baby's face. So with this baby, a couple things to note. The babies is really hard to keep their hands off their faces. So if you're taking a picture of a baby, they're pretty lenient. So if the baby's hand shows in the picture, is totally fine, as long as the hand is not covering the face. So if the hands, I know like with infants, they like to go like this. The hands are like this, but they're not covering the face. That's fine. You can take a picture like that. And then you can also put the hands down if they, you want to give them something to play with. But then make sure when you're taking the picture, they're facing directly at the picture. So babies, they're not too strict. So if a baby is opening his mouth, that's fine. As long as they're not crying, they're facing at the camera. If they're smiling a little bit, you should be fine. But it's important that you have good lighting while you're taking the picture, because it's a baby. So if you have like lighting that's not up here, or maybe you have lighting on the side and not this side, then you tend to have like a shadow on this side. So no shadows are allowed. So make sure like your lighting is adequate. Babies calm, not crying. So if your baby is crying, don't take a picture while they're crying. Wait for them to calm down. They can smile. I know like with adults picture, they're not allowed to like, make facial expressions and stuff. But with babies is different. If they are smiling a little bit, that should be okay. And then take a picture, be really, really quick. I hope this video helps. Okay, So to begin, we just have to type DV lottery photo requirements, because what we are looking for is how to take a picture for the baby and examples of pictures. So you just type, I already typed DV lottery photo requirements. When you click enter, it brings you to this site here. So you get a lot of results, but then what you need to focus on is state.gov. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to go back and watch my first video. I'm going to put a link at the bottom of this video so you can see what I'm talking about, how to find the correct website. So the travel.state.gov is the correct website. Anything like this one which says dvlottery.com, dvlottery.us, all those are fake. So the only correct website for the DV lottery should end with a .gov. So we'll click on the photo requirements, and what we are looking for is how to take a picture of a baby. So as you can see, all these requirements must be met for the children, apart from a few exceptions. So when you go down, so we will scroll all the way down, and then here it says taking photos for your baby or a toddler. And then there's 2 tips. So when taking a photo of your baby or a toddler, no other person should be in the photo, and your child should be looking at the camera with his eyes open. So the first one, you can lay the baby on his back and then put a plain white off sheet underneath them. And then you just make sure the baby's head is supported, and then you can take a picture and just make sure that there's no shadows on the baby's face. So that to make sure that happens, make sure you have good lighting. If you have good lighting, then you won't have shadows on the baby's head or the baby's when you're taking the picture. The second tip you can use, you can cover the seat with a plain white or off-white sheet and take a picture of your child in the car seat. And this is the easiest way to do it. Then, as you will see in the examples, like if for some reason the baby's hand appears in the picture, as long as it's not covering the head, then you should be fine. So once you read that, then we'll go to a photo tool. Remember the photo tool? If you don't know what the photo tool is, there's a video that I did on how to edit your picture using the photo tool. So, and then how to find the photo tool. So maybe you might want to watch that video. So you click the photo tool, and then I'm not going to review the other stuff because we already covered that. So I'm just going to do the photos for children. So when you go down here, you see that it says children. This, when you click on it, it will bring you examples of good pictures for the baby. Like you see this one right here is a good picture. The baby is looking, doesn't have to look directly at the camera because you know it's a baby, or maybe an infant. You can't control their eye movement. They don't understand what you're talking about. So as long as you know they're in the picture, you see the background is white or off-white, the hand is here, but that doesn't matter. So what you just need to do, you need to make sure that it's not covering, or whatever that's in the picture is not covering the baby's head. When you look at this picture here, the baby has a pacifier. The pacifier is covering the baby's mouth, so that's not a good picture. And the hand also is around the face. This one, same thing, has a pacifier, so it's covering the mouth. This one here, look at the background. It has to be white or off-white. Even look at this one, background. Look at this background here. It's not white or off-white. So just as long as your baby's face is not covered and the background is white, you should be good. So with the kids, they don't have the strict rules where like you have to look directly at the camera, you should not smile and stuff like that. So with the baby, like, you know, with facial expressions, just make sure like, you know, the baby is not like, you know, laughing or something like that, or crying. You just make sure the baby is calm and they're just looking at the camera or looking at you. So you can just use something like a form of distraction, like, if you have a toy or whatever, just make them look at the toy and then you take a picture real quick. And that's how you take a picture of a baby. So this right here is a good picture. So you just see all the other rules, for the most part, they don't apply. But you can see it's a good size picture and it meets requirements. Thanks for watching. Please let me know if you want me to do a picture of a toddler or of a kid who's like around 10 or a young teenager, and I'll do a video on that. Also remember, if you have any questions, please type them in the comment section and I will try to respond to those questions to the best of my ability. If I don't know the question, then somebody who has an idea of the answer can respond to you. If you like the content of these videos, please don't forget to share with your friends. Sharing is caring. Please share with your friends. You can share it on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all the social media. Make sure you share with your friends so that they can apply. In my next video, I'll be showing you how to edit the DV lottery pictures using an iPhone.